Welcome back to another unsolicited and uneducated football analysis with your friend David Valentin. This time to discuss about the MLS playoff proposal that you have probably have seen online this week. First, I have to say there's nothing wrong with the format that we have now, and as a neutral is super cool. And if your team is in the playoffs, it's devastating because this is win or go home. And I think that the Americans and Canadians that support their national league should stand behind this concept because it's fun and because it's cruel, it's unpredictable, and rewards regular season performance. The current method says that if you finish first in your conference, you get a bye the first week, which I think has proven to be a blessing and a curse. Some teams get the first round off, come back, and sort of crap the bed. Others come in and they're like, oh, look, we had rest. We had time to plan ahead. We had time to train. We had time to heal. Boom. Punch in the mouth. And they move on. Personally, to be honest with you, the way we have right now also punishes teams that don't perform well. For example, if you finish 5th, 6th, or 7th, chances of hosting a playoff game are very low, especially if you finish 7th. Some people say that we allow too many teams into the playoffs. If it was up to me, I will say it should be top 4. If you want me to be dead honest, should be top 4, making playoffs, and I wouldn't even crown a East-West champion or none of that. I would just say top 4 West, top 4 East, play each other, and then we go to semifinal, final, and that's it, and crown the champion. If that was me, David Valentin, that's the way I will have it. That my team Orlando City will make it, probably not. So that's the way I will have it, honestly. But you have to allow people to dream big, right? Otherwise, if you know that your team is 10, 15 points away from the 4th position and, you're like 5 or 6 on the table, then people will just forget all about it because they know there's no chance to get to the playoffs. But that's the way I will have it. But right now, top 7 with number 1 getting a bye, I think is wonderful, is cruel, is unpredictable, is fun, and again, you have a good season, and you're basically rewarded by getting the benefit of hosting a game versus being on the road all the time. With that said, if MLS, who always finds ways of destroying things their fans like, there's things that the fans have been demanding for years that you don't do, MLS. Like improving the refereeing. All fans, regardless of the team they follow, I think will agree with each other, I should say, that refereeing needs to be improved. I think, personally, that we should have regional championships. Make these regional rivalries, these rivalry weeks, mean something. For example, as this channel is dedicated to Orlando City, if Orlando were to play Atlanta, Nashville, Charlotte, and Miami to see who's the winner of the Dixie Cup, that's the name I will probably give the Southern champion. Then that will mean something. Then you will see One thing that I'm so jealous when I see my friends in Israel and in England going on away days. Then you will probably see people heading to the regional games with the same passion and the same loyalty as you see them go to college ball, college American football. Because if you're telling me that the final to crown the Dixie Cup champion in Charlotte between Orlando and Charlotte was to happen, oh, forget about it. I think a lot of people will go to that. If you grab regional championships, it's bragging rights. You're going to start doing something that MLS has failed to do organically, and is create real rivalries. Of course, we know the LAFC and the Cascadia, but those are rooted on one key thing: proximity. While Orlando's rivalry with Atlanta was manufactured, it's more of fans wanting to dunk on each other. The Miami one, more again on fans talking trash, expecting Orlando to be bad, and that really turned out to be in Orlando's favor in that respects. The fact of the matter to me is that we have to have something tangible to make these games important. So if we want to change anything, like I said, let's create regional trophies. Also, Open Cup and Leagues Cup, I hope, are going to bring new rivalries, new storylines. But for that, we need to grow the size of the squads. I honestly fear that teams, for the sake of winning the league or saving a particular player or not overworking a particular player, are just gonna bow out of some of the competitions they feel are not as important. Because at the end of the day, here in the United States, the league champion is the one that everybody cares about. It's the one that gets the star. It's the one that gets to lift MLS Cup. It's the one that gets to be the champion, right? Meanwhile, you can win U.S. Open Cup, Canadian Championship, CONCACAF, and you're considered a failure. The fact that fans look at Seattle's 2022 campaign as a failure because they failed to make playoffs, and obviously they failed to go for MLS Cup. To me, is a tragedy. They are the champions of CONCACAF. They're gonna go to the Club World Cup, and people are crying over a league championship. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. But that's a story for another day. So, again, I feel that MLS finally has nailed the way our league champion is to be crowned. I think the playoff system is perfect as is, and it should not be changed. And if it should be changed, in my opinion, should be top 4, go to playoffs. That's it, man. That's it. But again, MLS has proven to us they are willing to do the opposite of what the fans want. I believe that this year, as I'm recording this, we have not crowned the 2022 champion. So I believe this year is gonna be the best league season that we ever had. As a league, we're growing. The game is attracting a lot of big names. It's a lot of fun. So hopefully the right decision will be made. So that's my comment. I can be found at Florida_man76 on Twitter. If you would like to consume content for Orlando City, this is the channel for you. And also, I can be found on Loud and Proud Orlando podcast live here on YouTube. Go find our channel Mondays 8:30 during the season. So thank you very much. May God bless you. And as always, vamos Orlando.